Through the first stretch of the season, it was really hard to know exactly what our problems were. You know, it's a process of trial and error. You're kind of troubleshooting, you're tackling, you know, what seemed to be the most obvious challenges and opportunities first and working your way down the list. But I can say for sure that effort was not part of that problem.
Well, the Wizards are up 6 here. Let's bring it back up to date. These two teams faced off. Much anticipated. We were hoping that the tip-off was just an anomaly for the Raptors. Not so. Wizards proving that why they're the champs.
Yeah, it's one team that just came out to a hot start, right, when you're talking about just coming into season 4 and just has everything figured out in terms of offense and just overall in terms of how the defense kind of picking up from where they left off last year from that championship run, but just absolute domination coming in from the Wiz.
I'm taking the Wizards in a sweep tonight over the Raptors. I just don't think this team has figured it out quite yet. The lineup issues are a real problem. So as of right now, they have the second worst defensive efficiency in the entire league. They gave up too many buckets. They give up way too many threes, but they're also not getting steals. A team that set the record for most steals per game by a team last year with almost 10 plus. This year, they're at 5 steals a game, and they also lead the entire league with 10 turnovers per game coming from Kenny, Reese, Type, and the rest of that Raptors Uprising GC team. So when you're not getting turnovers, but you're turning the ball over yourself, there is no efficiency there, and that is going to lead to a whole lot of losses. So if they want to turn things around, they got to stop turning the ball over, and they got to defend the perimeter better, because as of right now, teams are destroying them from three-point range.
I want you to get active. Like on
I can play like that. It's just so hard. The games I do play like that, we get burnt. Other ways. You can't just play like that all the time. Like,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in them situations right there, like you see how he just, even though the lock was there, you still there. Like, but look at his team as well once he shoot. Look how people box out. So once he boom, he got him, and they just ready to rebound.
Bear the first person to box him out.
That's how it's gonna be.
Right.
Hopefully, we say that.
That's how it's gonna be, especially if I'm going to awkward. I'm in that right corner, and I box out like every time if I see an open.
I know, but we say that until it happens.
I don't just say stuff. I do it. Like, I'm not saying it just to say it. That's what I do.
I know, but it's like so many times where I see we just leak, and then it'd be like the 7th time after a rebound where I see you guys stay home. It has to be from the beginning. It can't just be from after the 5th time. Oh, I'm finally boxing out. No, it has to be from the game, from exactly when the game starts.
Yeah, go back to it again. Just read it. Even if I'm communicating or not, me knowing your defensive IQ, you see it. But look.
I'm burnt. Help.
You see it already.
It's one thing to see it, but you don't talk. So it's like I gotta like go off of what I see sometimes all the time. You know what I'm saying?
One day I showed up here, it was a beautiful June day, sunny outside, and I came into the house and the blinds were all drawn. A couple of the guys were on the main floor making food. Kenny and Josh were in the basement taking shots, and there was just no energy in the house. And I could tell that, you know, things had gotten a little bit dark and the pressure had really gotten to the guys, understandably so. You know, under any normal circumstances, the guys would be getting out of the house all the time, clearing their heads. You know, they'd have content shoots and they'd be going to concerts and Raptors games. But with the COVID protocols, you know, it's really not as easy to do that right now.
You know, we locked down everything, and we were really not able to get out the house. With all those factors and us losing, and now we're adding an extra 2 to 3 scrim blocks.
Come on, lock in.
Now we're doing 4 or 5 per day just to try to force it, like, you know, to get it right. All right. And even after those 4 or 5 scrim blocks, we guys are getting up shots like amongst each other for hours. You know, it's just healthy to get outside, just get some fresh air and just reset your mind, you know, think about other things outside of 2K. And then you get a different feel for it.
We knew we needed to do something, and so we made the arrangements to have a barbecue and then get the guys down to the beach and really just have a day of bonding so that we could figure things out of game, because that always translates to improvements in game.
There you go.
Yeah! Come on! Right on your head. Can't guard nothing!
One more, two, back to you. What you talking about? Damn! Come on, Rich, gotta get active! Hey, Reese, go ahead and match up with something. Getting that? We ain't gonna get down the field. Hey, they gonna flag your ass. Ain't no flag. Physicality.
That beach day, it was something special. It helped us regroup. Let's go back to the things we talked about before this season started. You know, we was all saying we're playing for each other, playing for each other's families, and, you know, longevity and things like that.
In those days where we're all laughing and joking and we're not on the game, and, you know, those are the moments that you really cherish forever. You never know how long we're gonna be on the same team together, so it is fun being around them all the time and knowing that you can look to your left or your right and say, you know, I call this guy my brother.
We rise on them occasions when it's like money on the line.
Yeah, ain't no telling what might happen.
So coming off the bye week, we had a couple days where we felt like, you know, scrims were going well, and we felt like going into the tournament, we'd be really confident.
There you go. The Raptors, winners a year ago. Certainly the season hasn't gone that way this year. There's a reverse jam by Type. Leading the B5 to a 10-point win. And that rolls around and down. 5-point game. Look at the Raptors just on a roll right now. Absolutely dominating this second quarter. A little behind the back, trying to get to the rim. Extra pass in the corner. Splash. Let's check it with Harris. Screddy. Got a little crab, knocked it down.
Come on, yeah.
Closest contest we have right here.
That's crazy.
And bash straight away. That's a big time three. That's the one shot you couldn't give up if you're the Raptors. 260K on the line, and they answer right back with a three of their own.
Come on. Come on, y'all.
Slip from Type. Mid-range.
It's 2 points, bro. We good. Come on. Lock in, man.
Yeah, any bucket they can get, that's what they need.
Bash with another three. Well, maybe could have gone out to Reese mode there. It's going to be B5 getting the sweep. They'll face the T-Wolves tomorrow, Dirt. That should be a good one.
And our champ of last year, they're out in the play-ins.
And that's how it looks when you just realize your weekend is going to be wide open here during the turn.
But I think that second game, we figured it out. But I think in the second half, we slipped up in little areas that made us lose. So we had the right formula going in. We just didn't execute it like on the course.
Joining us tonight, it's going to be so much fun. But before we get going, we got huge news to cover. Let's talk about the shocking trade that went down yesterday. Dimes was traded from Mavs Gaming to Raptors Uprising for Reese Mode. What? I mean, we're talking the league's first ever #1 overall pick in the face of this franchise. I mean, this shook the entire...